show the pose Adho Mukha Virasana, otherwise called Adho Mukha Vajrasana. Adho Mukha Virasana is considered legs in Virasana and going forward. In one way or in this other way. Can be done also in a simplified way with legs apart, and this is usually in the way that is used more. Many times students have the tendency to spread too much the thighs and then slide completely out from the position of the hips. So what happens in this condition? There is an inner rotation of the thighs, too much compression of the knees, and there is not extension at all of the spine, because actually the lower spine is collapsing down, as you can see. So what to do? The legs should be a little closer, in such a way the inner thighs are going to support the waist, the side of the chest. And other thing is the feet and the shin should resist down like in Virasana, in such a way the idea is that the femurs are moving in the direction of the hip socket, the hips moving back, the sitting bones in the direction of the heels, and in the start the side of the chest are going in the direction of the hands, but then in the last the idea is to go anyways as Adho Mukha Svanasana from the hands to the hips. If it's not possible, the execution in the classical way without support, there are variations possible. First variation. So first is support for the legs in case there are difficulties to extend this part, the arch of the dorsal part of the foot. You can see the blankets are placed staggered as a stairs, so the shin can be on the first blanket, and the dorsal part of the foot starting from the ankle, supported by this stairs blanket, and the resting part of the foot will be out. The feet are closed like we did in the previous version. The support, completely support of the shin and the ankle, for many people is already easier to proceed in the next step of going forward. Many times people have the difficulties to reach the hips down, also if the action is required. Perhaps they are not able to create the closure condition between the shin and the thigh, so the tendency is to keep up the hips, so there is distance between the hips and the sitting bones, so in that case that distance has to be filled by support. Other thing that can help the condition to move back is to place a blanket. You can also little fold in the position of the groins. The area of the groins and the hips move back, and the side of the chest move beyond the blanket. So in this way, there is elevation for the hands, so it's easier to create space for the side of the chest and create the length. So extra support can be placed for the head as well. Variation to people that have difficulty to keep the femurs into the hip socket and the hips down, so they have always the tendency to drop too much forward, can be used a belt that you can see is blocking the ankles and then is blocking the upper part of the femurs. So the belt will be tight. It's also possible to place in the middle between the thigh and the belt, also a blanket to create a little bit more of space, volume, if necessary. Keep also a little high condition between the heels and the sitting bones in such a way there is the contact between the sitting bones and the support. Press the feet, press the shin, and move the femurs into the hip socket, and keep the sitting bones against the support and against the heels.